All right. So today I want to talk about how the time we're in right now feels so similar to the beginning days of social media. And I got a Facebook account, I think in 2003, 2004, because I was in grad school and I had a marshall.edu um, Facebook account. And at the time, you had to have a college email to have Facebook. That was early days. And, that was Zuck being elitist. And you could argue that his intentions were a little pure and that he really did want it to be for college campuses only. But we mostly all know the story of really it was just a tool to judge people's looks. So, that's the history. But I remember though back in those days working with brands and having to convince them to do social media and have Facebook page and have even Twitter back then and um, embrace social media and lots of resistance, lots of fear, lots of doubt and is this worth it? What's the ROI? What's the, money and time commitment, all these things. But the reality is the media landscape is always going to shift. You know, YouTube is just TV from the past. Twitter and anything written is just newspapers of old. It's all communication, media, information, right? So, with all these changes going on with TikTok ban, with Facebook stopping to fact check, with AI here, and feels like it's here more and more every day, which obviously it is, but just even in our worlds and the world of business, small business, entrepreneurship, whatever, it's right here in our faces. So I just take some comfort in the fact that this is how it felt back then. It all felt scary and new and fast. And the truth of the matter is that you just have to let go of fear and ego and shame and any of those things and like embrace 100% your humanness, your realness. That's what will help you stand out. That's what's going to keep you going as we navigate all these changes and marketing, advertising, media. Um, I've been listening to Gary Vaynerchuk a lot again lately, and he's talking about these ad execs sitting in their giant ivory towers at Pepsi and these huge companies, and like spending ridiculous amounts of money on television commercials still. And there's always a massive resistance to change. And I feel super strongly, especially for small businesses, that it's got to be you. You've got to show up more for your audience. You've got to figure out how you can feel comfortable. Are you a writer? Are you a video person that can hop on video? Do you want to only do audio? Whatever it is, you've got to figure out how to build it into your day, capture your day. It's not even, oh, I'm going to sit down for an hour and do marketing. It's, I'm going to serve my customers, serve my community, serve my team. And as I'm doing these real things, I'm going to capture them. So, programming is a big deal in my mind and when I say programming, what your business can host, what your business can bring people in for. So, there's just endless things that your audience might actually want to show up for in person. And, this, not every single business this can apply for, but, you've got to think about how you can empower your audience, and what does that look like? A plumber comes to mind, and it's like, okay, well, how does programming apply to a plumber? But is it that you teach some DIY, tips for folks? I always love the analogy or, comparison to um, breweries and like the craft beer boom. And a lot of the people that go out and drink craft beer, guess what? They brew their own beer at home too. So it's not taking away from your business by helping people understand some basics about plumbing, for example. I always think about Toyota and these bigger brands, like instead of just me taking my car in for an oil change, like I'd like to learn how to change my oil, and like, can they do some women's empowerment events where they teach us how to do some basics? Um, you know, Continuing to figure out how to serve your clients. So, whatever business you are, what do your clients need? What can you offer them, and how is it that you do need to do a podcast? And yes, there are millions of podcasts right now, and it might not be that yours has thousands and thousands of listeners. Maybe it has 150 hardcore listeners that are your tribe, right? That are your like biggest fans. So different levels of loyalty, different levels of engagement. But I think that just the need to really establish yourself in your micro economy, which would be your neighborhood, your city, your community, and then, you know, branching out from there. And how can you make an impact in your region? How can you make an impact in your state? Um, how can you make an impact in your niche? How can you make an impact with different segments of your customer base? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like what in the world is going on, never fear, because we've been here before. So jump on Blue Sky. I started an account yesterday, and to me, it looks just like Twitter. So cool, whatever. I don't use Twitter much. X, apologies. But I'm going to jump on Blue Sky, and I'm going to, see what happens. And it's pretty cool to think, like, is this the next social media platform? And, go grab your business name and your personal name, and, why not try? I mean, there's going to be new platforms all the time. There's going to be, we've been through MySpace, we've been through Vine, we've been through, oh my gosh, Foursquare, like so many different things that were social and huge at the time. So don't hold back, and figure out which platforms that you like to actually show up on and feel comfortable, and can do it somewhat easily without getting too stressed and worried about all of it. And absolutely don't worry about polish and production and all of these things. The amount of content that goes out every day, the amount of content that we all consume, perfection is not what anybody's looking for. Polished perfection, stage. I mean, maybe, mixing some of that in, and, there's obviously tons of value in having a beautiful photo shoot and, having some really polished stuff. But in your day to day, somehow adding more value to your customers, whatever that looks like, and getting really comfortable with all these different platforms and all these different possibilities. Try it, have fun with it. Don't be scared. Be you, and lead with a heart of service, and you'll be all right. So that's where my mind is today. We've been here before. We'll continue to keep being here. So jump in, play around, have some fun with social media, have some fun with your blog, have some fun with everything and anything. Okay. And um, reach out if you want to chat and you need some guidance and support in navigating this landscape of media. And just know that got to try, go jump on Blue Sky, go jump any new platform that you're intrigued by. Like, go grab your name, see what happens, watch for a while if you want, or just start posting every day and climb faster to the top. I mean, it's all about experimenting. Humanness in person, I think, is just massive. I think that has to be a part of everyone's strategy. And that sounds exhausting and daunting, I think, to people sometimes, but in person is huge. In person provides so much content, so much realness, something for you to comment on. And, you know, you go to a networking event, you jump on and share what you learn there, you know, like there just has to be this very kind of organic, natural, real relationship that you have with your outlets and your media and your customers. So that's it for today. Happy Friday. I'll talk to y'all soon.